All right, did you know that when you guest host Jeopardy, you are asked to bring 10 outfits to set? It is one of the behind secrets that Dr. Sanjay Gupta shared about his hosting gig that starts tonight.
Day one, you shoot 5 shows. Day 2, you shoot 5 more shows. So
yeah,
the first week is essentially day 1. I don't know. You know, I think you'll see me loosen up a little bit. It was interesting. I took all my clothes out there. They wanted you to take 10 suits.
10?
I don't have 10 suits.
Oh my gosh, who does?
Right. So they figured, I don't know, I guess people who host game shows, I guess. But I took to shirts, and I always get my shirts. They like had my shirts re-cleaned, and they gave me different ties. I mean, they changed like how I look, which I thought was great, but also like, hey, I've been doing this for 20 years. I mean, I think I kind of got it. No,
yeah.
We're gonna wear this tie, you know. Yeah. So you'll notice some different wardrobe.
Everything about you is perfect, except.
Right, exactly.
I love it. I can't wait to watch, and I bet you're going to do a great job.
I really enjoyed it, no matter what.
How do you prep to guest host Jeopardy? Dr. Sanjay Gupta says nothing that he's done in his career prepared him for it, but there are things you're not allowed to mess up. You cannot.
I read a lot. I watched a lot of old shows. When you get there, they give you the clues. So you can actually read the clues, and you actually got to kind of get the cadence of the clues and the speaking, get all that down. But I have to tell you, Robin, I think you'll find this really interesting. Just because we've done television, especially news broadcasting, I think there's very few translatable skills. Like people think, oh, you're a TV person, you can guest host Jeopardy. It's kind of like saying you're an ophthalmologist, you're an orthopedic surgeon, you're both doctors, so I'm going to go to the eye doctor for my broken bone. It's so different.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, it's really different. It's a very procedural show. You got to get your pacing down. You got to like talk to various parts of the set. You're interacting with contestants. You're moving back behind a lectern. There's a lot of paces and beats to the thing, which I had no idea, so I had to learn all that.
Well, if you messed it up, it's taped. Can't they just edit it together?
Yes, they can. They absolutely can, and we did that, trust me. And for me, it was a lot of work I gave those editors. But the thing about it is that it is a quiz show. So there's certain things you cannot screw up. If you do something that basically gives away the clue, gives away a response, then it really throws everything off, because the integrity of the quiz, the integrity of the game, is of really, really significant impact for them. This show came in some ways out of the quiz show scandals of the 60s, the 50s. This was supposed to be the answer to those scandals. We are going to be the high integrity game show. So they take everything super seriously. They'll come in and flip your scripts around so you don't know which show you're about to do. They'll switch contestants around. They'll do all these things. If I took the scripts home, I had to put them in a safe, all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of amazing how seriously they take it, and it gave me a lot more confidence in the integrity of the entire show.
Oh my gosh, all that from the 60s.
Yeah, so there was the quiz show scandals. You remember that? There was a whole documentary or film on this quiz show. And then in mid-60s, Jeopardy came along and said, we can do this differently. Here's how. We'll just give people the answers. They got to come up with the question. So that was sort of the genesis of it. Yeah.
What was the hardest part? Was it the waiting in between the tapings? Was it the pronunciation? What was it?
I think the waiting and the whole way that the show worked was actually really good. I mean, as you know, when you're working with a team of people who are the best at what they do, they've been doing this for decades. Many of them have been there for decades. And they're just the best. This is what they do. So they're so good at it. It's a really finely tuned machine. I think for me, it's it's a little like you got to get your confidence up. You've got to feel self-assured. It's Alex Trebek. He did that show. Everyone knows this person, so you want to be respectful and do him proud. The pronunciations were key. Absolutely.
Did you feel his the weight that he was there and did this for so many years and was so beloved?
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. The whole place is really, it's dedicated to him. There's hallways of pictures and all the things that he did in the studio, and you can feel his presence everywhere. What I felt, and I'm sure you would have as well, is he really, people say this all the time, but he really did make it look so easy, right?
Yeah.
You're just doing this and doing this, and you're doing 305 clues in a day because you shoot 5 shows, and each one has 61 clues. You've got to really get that cadence and that down and make it look so seamless. edit can help, but from what I heard, Alex hardly ever needed it because he was just so good at it.
Is this like your 7th job that you're going to be taking on? Are you going to be the host?
No one's
Do you have
offering me a
a
job.
say-so, and do you have an opinion about who you'd like to see if it's not you?
No, you know, it's interesting. I went there because, you know, who wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
They call you. It was one of the best calls I think I got last year, whereas all of a sudden, and they're always so low key, right? Hey, it's Barry. Would you like to guest host Jeopardy? You always expect a call like that will come with trumpets and confetti, and instead it's just like, yeah, sure, man, that sounds great. You know, you're trying to be equally cool.
Been there, done that. Yeah.
So I did it for that reason, but I got to tell you, I loved it. I really did. I think there's something about data and facts and evidence that's just so clean. You know, I felt like that's a fact. You can write home about that, you know, and you learned something today. We love to do that in this job as well, but that's what that show is all about. And you know,
I can't wait to watch you.
Yeah.
All right. And you can watch him. Dr. Gupta's first show that he guest hosts is tonight, and he's there for the next 2 weeks.